Hey guys, good evening. It's your boy Ryan here, and I just have something to rant about. So, about a night or two ago, I was watching this sermon by a lady named Sadie Robertson. And for those of you who probably don't know who she is, she's the daughter of the CEO of Duck Commander. I believe his name is Willie Robertson. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I was watching her, and I think she's a powerful speaker. Just very captivating. Lady doesn't even need to read off a manuscript. She just preaches from her heart and preaches directly from the Bible. And that in itself is admirable. Right now she's about 23, 24 years of age. Just killing it. And I did the one thing that I should not have done. I scrolled through the comments. And here you have people quoting things from the Bible. I don't think it's bad to quote from the Bible, but I feel like they take certain verses out of context, okay? So a lot of people they quoted 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 11 through 15. And this is what it says. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. In other words, she shouldn't have to say anything. Then it goes on to say, but I suffered not a woman to teach. Meaning, she's supposed to learn, but she cannot teach. Not to assert authority over men. So she's not supposed to have authority over man, but she can teach a boy and teach a girl. But to be in silence. She's supposed to be silent. Can't say anything at all. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. We understand that. Adam was made because God thought it was good. And God also thought it was good to make him a partner. So he created Eve from the rib. Okay? And Adam was not deceived. But the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So in other words, Adam did not originally sin. It was the woman that sinned. Okay? But the woman had caused him to sin. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. So as a result of her not listening to God when he told them not to eat from the tree of life, as a result, as a consequence, she has to give birth. And if they continue in faith and charity, continue to have faith in God, continue to give to him, and try to be holy and then sober. So, I guess when it comes to my rant and what I want to talk about, and this may be an unpopular opinion, and I'm cool with that, but I feel that women have every right to be serving in ministry just as much as men do. You can disagree with that, that's okay. But let me ask you this question. For example, let's say you are a woman, okay? And let's say you are in an abusive marriage. You've been physically abused, you've been verbally abused, and you've been sexually abused. You, your husband, your whole family, you all go to church. Okay? Who are you going to want to have talk to you about this situation? Remember, you're a woman. You've been abused physically, verbally, and sexually. Are you going to want to talk to a man about that? Although a man might be properly educated and trained to counsel through that, do you think you trust him? After what you've been through, you think that you could trust him? I'm going to go on a side note here and say that I don't think I would trust him if I were the woman. Because if I know anything, we are all sinful. We're all sinners. I mean, we are all sinners in need of a Savior. That's why Jesus died for us. But to be honest with you, if I were a woman, I would much rather seek counseling from a woman because she understands where I'm coming from. I wouldn't take counseling from a man because of after everything that I've gone through. I mean, that could be a week, could be a month, could be a year, could be years, could be decades. But I sure as heck wouldn't want to seek counsel from a man because I wouldn't trust him, especially somebody within a church. In my counseling class, we've been told not to counsel somebody from the opposite sex. If we do, we have to take certain precautions in order to do so. So I wouldn't particularly approach this situation at all. And if I do, I'm going to have another lady in the room. And that will most likely be a qualified person to offer advice and whatnot. In fact, I'd probably refer her to a female counselor. Because I want to make sure that she's comfortable. I want to make sure that she's safe. So like I said, I don't care what these guys are saying on the internet. Because I think what they're doing is wrong. They're limiting a woman to something that they shouldn't. I feel like women have every right to be in ministry as much as men do. We need women because we need women to speak to other women in the church and outside of the church. We need women to have a safe place for them to talk to somebody about the things that are going on in their life. We need women in the nursery because women are just nurturing as it is. They're very good with kids. We need women educating young mothers and providing them with hope. Because sometimes being a single parent can be hard, male or female. But generally it's a single mom thing. We need women in abortion clinics, preaching or sharing the gospel and letting them know that just because you weren't ready to have a kid doesn't mean it's okay to do that. Just giving you ideas. Now, depending on the circumstance, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that abortion's right because I don't believe it is. Okay? It just really irritates me. I wish it didn't, but it does. Like, there was another thing that we kind of learned in one of my intro classes. You get egalitarian versus complementarianism. I think that's the word. But egalitarianism says that men and women are at the equal as far as positions in ministry are concerned. They can do basically the same things. But in whatever that word is, complementarianism, that says that men in ministry roles complement women and vice versa. But my thing is, like, why do you think it's okay to tell a woman she can't do something? I think they have every right to. I can understand why they may not want to have a female as a leader, because it's all about emotion. Men are taught not to show their emotions. Women tend to. It's an interesting thought, and kind of really lit a fire inside my heart. I'm like, I just wish they would let people do their own thing, whatever that is. So, in other words, men, don't discourage a woman from going to school to do what she wanted to do. Whether it's a worship pastor, counseling pastor, anything like that. Let her do it. As long as she's pursuing the Lord's will and chasing after God, there's nothing wrong with that. Let her do what she's got to do. And women, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Because you can and you will. I mean, shoot. Look at your vice president right now. I may not like her as a person, but by God, she's breaking barriers, breaking down walls. I respect that. I'm more of a moderate. I like to see things from both perspectives. Independent party, whatever you want to call me. But I'm glad to see that somebody's doing it. With that being said, I thank you guys for listening to my rant. I hope you have a great day. God bless. Love y'all. Empower women.